Our Parshat Metzora, speaks about the leper once more, the individual who's struck with a skin ailment called tzara'at. The sages say, what's the reason why this person has tzara'at? It's because they spoke negatively about somebody else. It's such a bad thing that it can completely transform the individual for the worse, to the point that their skin starts to show effects of this negative behavior. What are some ways which you can overcome Lashon Harah? Here are 2 tips from my Yeshiva days at Mercaz Harav Yeshiva in Yerushalayim. Rav Tzida Cook, who was the Rosh Yeshiva of Mercaz Harav for many years, instituted in the Yeshiva that every day we learn the laws of Lashon Harah from 1 o'clock to 1:15. We learn all of morning Seder to 1 o'clock. We close our books, and instead of learning a book of Musar or some other book of Jewish thought, we were encouraged strongly to learn the laws of Lashon Harah. This is very valuable. Oftentimes, we're not careful about speaking negatively about others due to the fact that it's just not on our mind. If you learn the laws of Lashon Harah often, you'll be more conscious of it, and you withhold yourself from speaking negatively about others. In addition, the more you know, the easier it is to be careful. The more things you can say because you know what to say, and the more things you withhold yourself from saying because they're negative. It's negative speech. Another direction that they taught me in Yeshiva is oftentimes we will find ourselves speaking negatively about other people simply because we feel negatively about them. There's a verse in Vayikra, later on in Vayikra, which talks about gossip mongering. It says, Lo telech rachil b'amecha. Do not gossip monger among your people. The verse that comes immediately afterwards says, you shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart. We see from here that there's a juxtaposition. If you hate somebody in your heart, it'll be easier to speak negatively about them. They would encourage us at Mercaz Harav to try to see everybody as our brother and sister. If we do so, we won't speak negatively about them. This is not just a great teaching, it's a real thing. Think about your family, your loved ones, your spouse, or even a candidate that you're very passionate about, that you are backing in a certain political race. If someone speaks negatively about that one who's very close to you, you immediately will recoil, you not want to speak about them, but even more so, you want to defend them from that negative speech. So imagine if we saw everybody that way. We saw our brothers and our sisters, all those around us. We saw them with a good eye and in a positive way. How easy would it be for us to withhold ourselves from speaking Lashon Harah about them, negative speech? Those are 2 tips. Learn the laws in a continuous way. In addition, try to strengthen your love and your appreciation for other Jews. You can do this through learning. You can do this through working on oneself. There are many ways to go about doing so. But the more love we have for other people, the harder it will be for us to speak negatively about them. And the easier it will be for us to uplift them and speak good words about them, to them and to other people. Shabbat Shalom.